Growing up in a country that was under military regime, hearing the phrase "songa mbele usirudi nyuma" brought to my mind army men marching forward. This is a Swahili phrase meaning move forward, do not turn back, because it is to your disadvantage in times of adversity if you look back or if you turn back. Like Lot's wife in the Bible, who turned back and God had told them, don't turn back, and she turned into a pillar of salt. So, never look back in times of adversity. My name is Irene Baguma. I'm here to inspire you from a Christian perspective. Today I would like to talk about weapons we know. We've been hearing a lot about Russia attacking Ukraine and the USA and NATO supplying Ukraine with military hardware and other supplies. And part of this military hardware are MiG-29 planes, particularly because they know how to fly these planes. There's really no time for training to use other fighter jets because they're right in the midst of a war. It reminds me of 1 Samuel chapter 17, 38 to 40, where David had only taken lunch to his brothers who were fighting the Philistines. They're actually afraid. They're all, wondering who they would send to fight Goliath. And suddenly, David was thrust in the midst of this battle. He had to try on King Saul's garb. But David took them off. He said, I can't go in this. I'm not used to them. And then he picks up 5 smooth stones and his sling and he heads to the giant. What does this remind us of? In sudden hard times, we need to use what we are equipped with or what we already know. There's really no time to start learning new things at that point in time. And knowing that you're in a battle is really half the victory. It's not a playground. It's not a training field. You're in a battle. You need to get on with it and fight. And you realize that certain things at that point in time are really not necessary. However sophisticated they are or expensive, if you can't use it, you can't win. I remember when computers had just come on the scene and everybody was learning how to use computers. And I was asked to write a letter that I had to send to somebody. And this computer was giving me such a hard time. Anyway, I was just learning. It was so many years back. So I had to handwrite the letter and deliver it. I mean, it was still okay. People who received a lot of handwritten letters then. So the job was done. I wrote the letter and delivered it. And that was it. I had to use what I know there and then. Yeah, so this also tells us a lot about the pandemic. There have been so many families that have lost the head of family, and somebody had to pick up the reins to take care of these families, to take care of these households, to continue putting food on the table. Some of these parents, you find them, probably the mother and the father died, and a sibling had to pick up the pieces and take care of these families. They have to draw from what they have, whatever resources they have, and carry on. They can't stop. They can't look back. It also reminds me of a story. A friend of mine, he's an artist. They suddenly lost the dad and the mom. This guy had to pick up the pieces. He had to look after his siblings. They were all in school. He also hadn't finished school, but he had a skill. He was a very good artist. So anyway, he found himself in a situation whereby he cannot continue with his education because he has to take care of his siblings, he has to put food at the table, he has to draw from what he has. So he drew from his art skills, and he used to draw very beautiful pieces, which brought an income to the household. And so he supported his family, he put a roof over their heads, and he fed them. And that was all good. And later, when things got better, he went back and continued his studies and picked up on his qualifications. But it was a time of adversity. He had to use what was available to him. So basically, postponing any warfare is really a cheap way to fail. Just like David, as soon as he saw the giant, he started. He did not wait. He did not say, let me go back and get new things or learn new things or learn how to use Saul's outfit. No, he started immediately. So we need to know that the weapons for our warfare are already provided for us by God. God cannot give us what we cannot handle. And we should know that we can draw from our inner strength to fight these battles. We are well equipped, and we should have a victor's mentality when we're in times of adversity. We need to have a tenacious spirit. We need to know that all these trials are temporary in life, and that God will use them to the glory of his name. Whatever adversity you're going through, he will use it to transform you. Remember, you will go from pain to glory, and you glorify the name of the Lord. And remember that whatever has been put in your face, you can deal with it, and God's name will be glorified. Thank you for your time.